Hello, hello, hello. My name is Frank Klesitz with Viral Marketing. I am here with Craig Reger, and you're here because you want to learn how to get a solid, working, results-driven 36 touch marketing plan in place for your database. Craig is an expert on that. He's done it very well in his business. He can share with you what's working. And it's my job. I've implemented a lot of this for lots of people, so I have some nuanced insights on execution. But at the end of this, hopefully 30-minute webinar, we'll be fast and efficient and give you guys all the information you need to get some business. Make sure that you're generating buyers and seller leads without having to slog through a bunch of prospecting or spend a bunch of money on marketing, which is difficult now with the shift in the market. So let's get started. So Craig, you ready for the webinar, my friend?
I am, yeah. Thanks, Frank.
Why did you pick this topic?
It's, is here with RCC, Reger Coaching Consulting, and 20-something years in the business. It's what I'm most passionate about. We spend more time as an industry convincing people we don't know to work with us than we actually do of reminding our past clients, our family, friends, leads, people we met at open houses. Here's what's happening in the market. We're a resource for you. So 36 touch is the most critical process in real estate agent success, in my experience. And let's just get the elephant in the room. It's like we're in a massively shifting market. Like massively. I've got one location we're coaching, and that's Honolulu, Hawaii, that hasn't affected a shift. And nationwide, it's everywhere. So buyers are more challenging. They're taking more time. They're backing out of the market. I think I saw Facebook laid off 11,000 people this morning. Sellers are unrealistic and stressed out, and rates are higher. Like everybody's just stressed. So in the industry and outside the industry and about the industry. So for me, this topic, and what a brilliant time to have it in mid-November is let's get our touch plan back in place. Let's get our marketing back in place. Let's reestablish and build rapport with our past clients, our family and friends, because there's a big group of them that are going to need our help in 2023. There's a big group of them that are brothers and sisters that they're going to be laid off or have babies or divorces or job transfers. So the more we can communicate with them starting now and get that plan in place, the more success we're going to have in 2023. And I just couldn't think of a better partner to have on this webinar than you, Frank, because this is what you do for a living and help the top players in the real estate space. So thank you.
Thank you. So were you still likely in the year at about 500 home sales, or has that become more difficult? So when we first wrote that up,
it's become a little bit more of a challenge. We were tracking
how fast that changes.
Yeah, we were tracking about 650. So 500 was the minimum bar. And realistically, unless something outrageous happens in the next 30 days, we'll probably be closer to 450, Frank.
Yeah. Well, I think we wrote that about 30 days ago, and just look how much the things are shifting quickly as we're watching this, right?
Yeah.
And when we were talking about this, you've already done a wonderful job, just like you teach your clients, of like constantly asking for mailing addresses, email addresses, contact information, putting them in the CRM, of like kind of being this human opt-in form. And you already have a database marketing plan in place. Why don't you just share with the audience overall, what is the database marketing plan you've put in place with your real estate team to help generate a lot of those sales come from your in-house list? What is it? What do you do?
Yeah.
And then we'll get into what they'll learn today.
Yeah, at a really brief level, you're going to hear, if you're in my CRM, past client, family, friend, you're going to hear from us a minimum of 3 times a month, minimum. And quite often with certain groups, it's going to be substantially more. That's going to be at least 1 email going out a month. That's going to be more of an email newsletter. It's more encompassing. Here's what's happening in the market. Here are some opportunities and rates. Here's some success stories with sellers still getting multiple offers. Here's some success stories with buyers securing properties drastically under. So that's going to go out once a month. We've got what's called a blurb going out once a month. The blurb is going to be a really short version of that, Frank. And that's like, hey, are you familiar with the 3-2-1 buy down in rates? A lot of our clients are having tremendous success. It'll just be a brief paragraph maybe on that. Or, hey, in this part of the Portland market, which is where I'm based out of, we're seeing tremendous opportunity for buyers in this price point. Do you know anyone looking at this price point? Maybe that's luxury, maybe that's condos, maybe it's starter homes. And then likewise, the world's not crumbling. There's still great homes selling every day. And so we'll show another success story once a month of here's what's happening in the seller's market. Here's an area that's having tremendous success. So it's based around those touches. And then we roll in another 9 to 11 client events. So a lot of our touches are
9 to 11.
9 to 11, yeah, in various sizes. So our next exciting one coming up is Pictures with Santa. So actually, excuse me, our next one coming up is the pie giveaway. And then right after that, we literally break apart our office and we put the Christmas theme, and we've got a great Santa that comes in for a couple of days, and folks come in and get their holiday pictures with Santa.
That's cool.
Yeah, so a lot of our touches this time of year are going to be based around the pie giveaway, Pictures with Santa. We're still rolling in market stats like we are the local real estate experts. We're not giving out holiday cards, but it's a great excuse to communicate with the database, invite them to the event, thank them for coming. Sorry, I know you RSVP'd, something came up, we missed you. Look forward to seeing you at the next event. So it's just a lot of touches with our CRM.
And I think the message to take away here is that you've always been very deliberate of spending money and time on your touch plan to your list. And you never lost sight of it, even when things got crazy and relatively, let's say easy, relatively over the past 2 years. You've always kept your database marketing plan going. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of going up and down in business over the last 25 years.
20 years.
Markets is that there's somebody on my staff and that is their job. And I love them dearly and they've been here forever. Yet at the end of the day, if they don't send out those touches, I have to wonder in 90 days how I pay people in any market. Because it's a mathematical equation. We send out a quality touch, this many people that know us, we get this many inquiries, phone calls, emails, appointments set, and ultimately buyers and seller service. So I can't imagine not doing it because it's the backbone of our business.
That is a powerful statement. If you don't send out those touches, you literally worry about how you're going to pay people in 90 days.
Yeah.
And you have one dedicated employee just running it, which is a significant investment.
Yeah, it is. But it's a minor investment. I mean, you look at the cost of an outstanding employee and you look at the average commission still throughout the US. It's like, I just need to get 6, 7, 8 sales to break even. Everything beyond that starts going into a profit bucket or a bonus bucket where I can pay that employee more. So it is significant, but it's actually pretty basic.
Well, let's talk about how to execute the basics, shall we, Craig?
Please.
This is one of the reasons you brought me on here. So feel free to add anything as we go through all this, but we promised in the webinar write-up, here's what you guys are going to learn: how to export your contacts, how to clean them up, the first email to send out, which we'll give everyone here, a bunch of evergreen topics that work in any market. Craig shared some that were specific to the moment of the 3-2-1 buy down. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's popular with mortgages and so on and so forth. So let's get started. So Craig, do you have your cell phone on you?
I do, buddy.
All right, everyone pull up your cell phone. Here it is. Let's pull it up. Go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, whatever it is, whatever type of phone you have. And I want you to type in export contacts by Covey, C-O-V-V-E, I believe. C-O-V-V-E, C-O-V-V-E. Yeah, export contacts by Covey. There it is, found it. Looks something like this. There we go. Do you guys see that app on your phone? Do you guys see that there?
Yeah.
Install it. Go ahead and install it. And just click yes, 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 yes. As you can see, it's a pretty popular app. All right. And if your job is a rainmaker and you need to go build relationships to bring in business, this is like the first thing you should always do. And what this is going to do is very quickly export all the contacts out of your phone into a CSV file, just like that. How's that sound? If you install this, Craig, would you tell everyone how many contacts you have? I want to know. Yeah, install it. Yeah, so it'll tell you you have X number of contacts in your phone. And then you press a button and it will literally email you the spreadsheet. And if you guys want just to have some fun interaction, there's a chat here on the webinar. Go ahead and open the chat and make sure it says everyone, and go ahead and type in how many contacts show up when you install this that you have in your phone. Now, not all of them have emails or whatnot, but you might. And there's contacts there, there's relationships. So I think mine's about 3,200 is what came back with me. Did you get yours installed?
No, I'm on a little bit
there.
Tech problems, but I'm about 6,500 is going to be my guess.
You'll have a lot. You know, you've been doing this for a very long time, but I'd grab that list, number one. Number two, let's say you guys use Gmail. What email program do you guys use in your office, Craig?
Or Gmail.
Gmail. All right. So you're going to go into Gmail and you're going to click contacts. In fact, you would just go to contacts.google.com. All right. I'm just going to show you guys how to do this real quick. Make it real easy. Let me share my screen. So here's your Google contacts. You see that, Craig?
I do.
You're going to click right here. You're going to scroll down and click other contacts. Once you're there, you're going to select the very first contact. Then you're going to click this little down button and click all. It's a little tricky. This is being recorded and it'll get posted. And you click here and click export. I have 7,000. I'm going to grab them all. I think all of you should too. Digging? All right. And you can do the same thing with Outlook. There's a way to do it in Outlook. You can read that. Next, your CRM. What CRM do you guys run, Craig?
We're on Sync primarily, Commissions Inc.
Great. Wonderful program. There's lots of them. Choose the one that you use. Log into your, don't do it now, but you would log into your Sync and grab all that too. But why don't you just leave out all the archives and bounces and unsubscribes? Just leave those out. If you can suppress those from your CRM, let's leave those out. Sound good?
Absolutely.
So now we have your cell phone, Gmail, and literally everyone in your CRM. There's probably some business sitting in there, right? If we got them some messaging. So a lot of those emails aren't that great. So there's this cool service. There's lots of services called Never Bounce. Let me show it to you. Something like this. All right. And you take those spreadsheets and you upload them here. And you upload those spreadsheets and you download the clean, squeaky one of all the deliverable emails. So now you're left with just emails that will actually go through. That's it. So then you take those squeaky clean lists and you load them into an email marketing account. There's many of them. What do you guys use to send your emails out, Craig?
I think we're MailChimp. Yeah.
Cool. MailChimp's great. So open up a MailChimp account just like Craig has and upload all of those contacts into MailChimp and it will automatically deduplicate now by email. So now you have a fully scrubbed, clean, deduplicated list of everyone who knows who you are. Craig, does that sound exciting?
It sounds exciting. It sounds easy. And it sounds the topic of the day is efficient.
Yeah. I mean, really, that doesn't take much time, everyone. If you walk through it, this is something where it's like, oh, wow, you're right, Frank, or Craig, you guys, like that's a huge list. So now you have to send them an email. And I'm going to go ahead and share one that viral clients send out. It's yours to use. Let me see if I can get the right link here. Viewer access, perfect. And let me go ahead and put this in the chat. And let me choose everyone. And there you are. Now I won't read, I guess you can read the whole thing. Craig, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know what you would change. Let me know what would make you uncomfortable sending this out. Let me know, because here's what I'm asking everyone to do. Literally, I want to send this out to everyone they know, Craig. That whole list, like that's terrifying, isn't it? Like, what are you going to send? Here it is. Important Portland real estate update from Craig Reger. Dear clients, friends, and colleagues, I'm writing you since we're friends. We work together to buy or sell your home. You're in real estate me or connected in my address book or on social media. It's no secret that our Portland real estate market's going through a shift. Interest rates on mortgages have jumped to 3 to 7. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it more difficult for people to buy a home. And homeowners who don't need to sell are just staying put because they're locked into a low rate, and which is keeping inventory low. Builders are also pulling back. It's strange, right? The bottom line is we're heading back to a normal real estate market after years of emergency financial stimulus provided by our government and the Fed. In fact, you can argue the lowest interest rates in human civilization since about 1980. That's where I come in. Well, the problem is the national news has sensationalized a lot of this. And when it comes to residential real estate, it's very local, down to the specific neighborhood and street. And what you hear in the national news isn't necessarily what's happening here in Portland. So that's where I come in. I want to step up and do a better job of keeping you informed about what's truly going on in our real estate market. I'm talking to buyers and sellers daily, which you are, Craig. So I plan to send you some videos, keep me updated, answering some questions, and I won't waste your time. I'm paraphrasing for time. But the number one question I'm asked all the time is, what's my home worth? And if you actually click here, you can find out maybe what your home value is currently. So Craig, do you have a free home value tool that you use and recommend?
Yeah, 100%. It's on my site. Again, I have to check my staff, but yeah, it's like every real estate agent should have a tool of giving people their value.
Perfect. Anyways,
Zillow's done pretty well with that, whether you like them or not.
yeah, and people can click that link and go find out what their home is worth, which would drive some seller leads, right? And then if you're looking to buy or sell, give me a call too, yada, yada, yada. I'm here to help. Craig Reger. How do you feel about something like that out to your list, Craig?
Brilliant. There's nothing uncomfortable. We're hitting the reality of the world. Even, my statement 10 minutes ago, like, yeah, I heard Facebook laid off 11,000 people this morning. Well, there's probably 3 of them that work in Portland, Oregon. So does that actually affect my market? No, not at all. If I was in Silicon Valley, possibly tremendously. So yeah, directing them back to where the local experts find out what's happening here. Brilliant.
Cool. So, oh, chat was disabled. I apologize, everybody. Or no, it wasn't. I think you guys got it. Oh, there's a Q&A section. I apologize. So chat disabled. Is it a paid version? Yeah, you probably need the paid version of MailChimp, yes.
Sure.
Show the pic of the app again. That was Export Contacts by Covey. So there's the picture of the app, everybody. Export Contacts by Covey. And then this will be recorded for a replay for everybody. And if you have a question, go ahead and use the Q&A. I apologize.
Absolutely.
So we covered how to export your contacts. We promised them to learn that. We covered how to clean them up and get them into email marketing program, at least conceptually. And we covered and shared a link to something you can personalize for the first email to literally send everyone that will hopefully get some conversation started about real estate. All right. So Craig, you alluded a little earlier that you come up with 3 messages a month. You come up with these timely messages to send out to your list. Why don't you walk us through what some of the more popular ones are besides the 3-2-1 buy down that you used over the years? And I want to hear kind of your process to come up with, like, what am I going to keep sending these people for my 36 touch?
Well, one is we love being in business with companies like Viral. And 2 is our general thought is keeping current matters. Keeping current matters. So an example of that, as of Thursday, as of Tuesday, we run a report. It's a little bit more advanced. Again, my staff does it. Any one of you can do it. You go into your multiple listing and you start tracking what's happened on a weekly basis. So in my general market, on any given week right now, there's about 400 homes selling. There's about 750 to 800 properties having price reductions. And there's about, well, if there's 400 homes selling, guess what? There's about 350 to 400 homes closing. So we've been tracking those, Frank, since the beginning of the pandemic. Because when everyone else went psychotic that real estate was over, which actually turned out to be the most prolific market in history, but there was a period of time it was scary. And so I just wanted to see, wow, there was 50 homes that sold in Portland, Oregon. I've got the ability to go and get any portion of that 50 I want. So we've been tracking that since, and the most astounding number that we're keeping current matters with is price reductions. So price reductions in my market this week, let's just call it the first week.
So you had the stats on that.
Absolutely. But any agent can go. This is the work side of the business. Take a little time, check in with your multiple listing, call them to get some reports from last year of helpful. Like, it takes a little bit of work if you haven't been running it for a year. But in short, we've got a 90% increase in price reductions the first week of November 2022 compared to the first week of November 2021. A 90% increase. So we can be like, wow, that's a big negative, but then we can get a little more granular, Frank. That's 757 price reductions in Portland, Oregon this week alone, and 2.5 weeks before Thanksgiving. What that tells me is there are 757 homeowners saying, please sell my house. The holidays are coming. I do not want to be on the market in 2023. If you've got a buyer that wants to own a home, come over to me. I'm raising my hand. I'm lowering the price. So that is a message we're sharing over and over and over, is 757 price reductions, 80 to 90% increase week after week after week. So many agents are focused on less homes are selling, or they're still spending, well, inventory is low, so we should be okay. Well, my inventory is still low, but it's gone up 400% in 3 months. And my clients don't really care. But what they do care about is 757 people lowered their price. And that means I can get you a better deal today than I could have 8 days ago. And it's resonating with our clientele. So that's been a very keeping current matters in our local market. And we're getting tremendous response from that messaging.
And Craig, that's because you're listening to the market. You're listening to what questions people are asking right now. and you're using the questions as the topics for your content.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we maybe
So-
couple it with some of the fascinating things that you can do on creativity on the interest rate side. And it's resonating even more.
Great. So I think the message there is when it comes time to create your content, you have to be talking to buyers and sellers in the business on the ground, understand people's fears and concerns. Be like, what questions are they asking me? What answer do I keep giving? That's the message. That's the video. That's the topic.
Yep.
And if that's a little difficult to do, which it is, that takes some skill to kind of craft something from scratch like that. If you guys want to see what the top evergreen topics are, these are topics that work in any market, kind of at any time, that are still very popular. I put them in the chat. They're right
Awesome.
there on our website. All right. So just for example, on some, I'm just going to give you how to sell your house right now, 3 quick tips to prepare your home for sale, how to sell a house that needs work, 3 upgrades that increase the value of your home, calculating the numbers on rental properties, everything sellers need to know about home appraisals, 3 things home inspectors look for in fixing them, the documents you need to sell a house. Do you see you probably send those things out and still get some action than having to be like, super topical, which 20 some years in the business you're able to do, right?
Yeah, those are very evergreen, and what they're going to create is a response. And the people that are going to respond, they've got some need or desire to know more, and then the relationship goes.
So there's your 12-month content calendar. You can personalize it what Craig does, and there's some topics for you guys as promised when you guys came to the webinar. All right. So let's move on. So you're sending out these helpful tips, get people get to know you, they engage with you, they see you for your touch plan, and they see you as like, oh, this is really, you know what you're talking about, right? In your 25 years of selling real estate, you have like offers for immediate response. You have call to actions. What are the top call to actions that generate leads, Craig? Top
We do really well with
messages you put out there that straight up generate leads, either bottom of the funnel, mid, or top of the funnel.
Cash offers work, right? Like, yeah, I think Open Door just laid off 300-400 people as well. And we know what happened with Zillow. But at the end of the day, there's still a substantial group of people, like as great as we are at what we do, Frank, and we are great as an industry. We are awesome. Opening your home up to strangers, letting them come through. And it was a little bit easier in a weird way, like 6 months ago, because you could list a house on Thursday and by Monday you had 9 offers, if not 90. Now, like you may be in it for 2, 3, 4 months. Like selling a house is not always a great experience for people with pets and children and elderly folks in the home that need assisted care. So cash offers resonates with a lot of people. And what I love about the immediate response is when you tell them what the cash offer is, then it doesn't resonate with the vast majority of them. But it starts a conversation like,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You're worth 600 and I can give you a cash offer by this afternoon at 520. No stress, no problem, close and move out when you want. Or we can go a little bit more traditional route and get you back up to 600. Which one works better for you? So either way, it's just engaging and starting a conversation. And as we learn more about them, their goals financially, what's most important to them, we create a win for them on either side of it.
I'm so glad you said that. The number one seller lead generation message is, I have a buyer for your home, or I have several buyers. And if you'd like to know what they can pay you, I can get you an off-market cash offer. And if you're interested in knowing what they would pay, let me know, or something to that effect, right, Craig?
Yeah, absolutely.
The number one email that gets like the most seller leads is this one. I'll show it to you. The subject line is offer on your home. I have an easier way to sell your home this year. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today, and you can skip the hassle of a traditional sale. Pick your close date without the stress. And tell me here if you're interested in getting an offer on your home. And I have a whole bunch of other messaging that goes out. See that?
Yeah.
But
Simple.
that email goes out, they click this link. It goes to a form like this, where they click the reason they want to sell, the type of property, how much, in Portland, how much they think it's worth. Right. What's the median price of the home there now?
We're right about 550.
Yeah. So I figured
It'll
how
be
soon they want to sell.
by January.
Are they owner occupied? Are they behind on mortgage payments? Address of the property, city, state, zip, right? Bathrooms, bedrooms listed with an agent. Then finally, you ask for the contact information with the email address and phone number, and then how they heard about you. Isn't that a cool little form to generate a cash offer seller lead?
It's awesome.
So one of the easiest ways, one of the least expensive ways to generate some seller leads is to take that list that we talked about today to load it in your email program and send out an email like I showed you here. And as my gift to everybody on the webinar, let me share this correctly. I need viewer only access. In the chat, Craig, I'm going to get to everybody. How's that?
It's outstanding, Frank. That's why we brought you on. Thank you, sir.
There you go. So you guys are free to model that and find out how the landing page thing works. Send it out. So at Viral, for the 36 touch plan at Viral, it's 2 videos a month, 2 helpful educational messages a month, and then 1 direct offer message, 1 lead generation offer, 1 email that goes out that says, hey, click here to put your information into a form so I know if you want to buy or sell a house, right? So that works well. So cash offers. And there's many other ones. I think there's, find out what your home is worth, get on my home buyer VIP list. What else? Attend my seller workshop, attend my buyer workshop. There's a whole bunch of messages you can send out that will, give people a reason to give up their contact information, looking and selling. So here's my last question, Craig. So let's talk about the prospecting. Let's talk about the phone work. You send these videos and these messages out to your list, and you send these offers out and people opt in. I would assume that you're leading the agents on your team to call these people and follow up with them.
Yeah.
Tell me your systems behind that to actually follow up with the leads or the people engaging with the database marketing.
One is time blocking. So we don't have a big ISA division. Our agents do lead generation, lead follow-up every day. And in a perfect world, I'd like to tell the audience it's every agent every day, 9 to 11, but reality, they're busy, they have things come up. So they have about a solid hour a day, like programmed hour. I know they do more throughout the day, the evening, the afternoons, but they've got an hour to 2 hours a day that they're engaging with the leads. They're reaching out. It's a combination of phone calls, emails, text, in some cases, even social media messages. And it's like, you registered here or you showed up. We actually are, I forgot about that. We're having a first time buyer seminar next week.
Great offer. Get an email out and drive the registrations.
Yeah. And it's Frank,
they're gonna need the help now.
Yeah, if you asked me to do a first time buyer seminar a year ago, I'd be like, are you nuts? Like first time buyers with limited down payments are a very unlikely chance of winning in that market. In the market we're currently in. So again, it's keeping current with the market. First time buyers can have a heyday right now. They can get the price down, they get their closing costs covered. Sellers are willing to do repairs again. So every single agent in America should be doing a first time buyer seminar in the next 90 days because those buyers can re-engage in this market where they were not able to. And it's a specifically answer your question where we're getting them to the seminar. Again, like excited to see them. We're sorry we missed you. They don't all show up. And then we're sending out content like, here's what you didn't see, or here's what you did see. Very similar to what we're going to do after today's webinar. We're going to send this to all of you. And then we're following up via email, text, social media, and we're staying up to date with here's an opportunity in the market. We just helped Bob and Susie, and they just relocated here from Minneapolis and actually got a property at 20,000 under asking. They got 10,000 of their closing costs covered. And if you're looking, and oh, by the way, we helped them buy their rate down. And if you're interested in that, we'd love to sit down with you on a one-on-one basis and talk about your goals. And it works.
That's great, Craig. So Craig has an incredible, as you guys all know, incredible real estate team, profitable in the super competitive market of Portland. Craig, what's the entry point for anyone who's looking to get involved with hiring you to guide them to sell homes?
On the coaching process?
Yeah, on the coaching side, yeah.
Yeah, our coaching, it starts at $995 and it can go up from there. For $995, it's 45 calls a year or 45 Zooms a year. That's between the coach and the client. The intent on that, if you're going to coach with us, we're going to coach you to take at least 7 weeks off. And we expect our coaches to also take 7 weeks off. The entry point is anybody that wants to accomplish more than they currently are. Most of our clients are producing agents, which at a $995 investment for a 12-month contract, they've had some success in real estate. And our foundational pillars is we just want it to be more consistent. We know this business in and out. We know agents that work 90 hours a day during certain markets or certain times of the year and then are looking for business and have nothing coming in the next 3 months. So we help with consistency. And then we also really focus on balance. Like, cool, you sold 500 homes. Does your wife know who you are? Do you make it to your kids' soccer games? Do you visit your elderly parents? Do you spend time with your grandkids? Do you travel and actually be able to enjoy the vacation, or are you glued to your cell phone the whole time? So it's about productivity and balance.
That's great. I highly recommend you all check out Craig's coaching. And then obviously I'm here with Viral Marketing, VYRAL. You can go to Get Viral, GETVYRAL. And everything I shared with you, you get all the details. We handle the execution. We're not a coaching company, we're an agency. We handle the execution of a 36 touch plan out to your list, many of what we talked about today. But Craig, that's all the time we have. I want to thank everyone for coming. Craig, any last words?
Frank, I want to thank you as well. Passionate topic, critical topic. There's a little bit of angst in the market. Get
Yeah.
back in relationship with your past clients, family, and friends. Do it yourself, you can, or get in business with a company like Viral, and they're going to take away that learning curve and systemize it for you. So either way, stop spending so much time convincing people you don't know to work with you, and re-engage with the people that already know you and give them value, keep current on the market, give them some direct offers, and you'll see a lot of business head your way in 2023.
Awesome. Everyone, thanks so much for attending. Best of luck. See you, Craig.
Thank you.